Patriots. Well, about ready to finish up and catch up on a lot of the videos. Tomorrow I start a 4-day grueling sprint on the streets there. It's a French Quarter Festival. Easily, in the next 4 days, 250,000 people, 250,000 people will be roaming around the French Quarter and past my booth. So I'm going to go through a grueling 4 days. So pray for me, will you? It's going to be a rough one. So what we got here is just a collection again of just random conversations. We start out with a really very cool gentleman who works with youth out of a community center, and he's very in tune. I'm glad to see that he's the kind of guy that is out there teaching some very otherwise kids that would be lost, and he's pointing them in the right direction. Then we get a couple of guys that are let's just say they're kind of like curmudgeons. They don't have any hope at all, and I can, in a lot of ways, I can't hardly blame them. Things do look dark from time to time. And we get into a really cool teacher, and then we get into a guy from New Zealand who's just a complete cuck. And last but not least, we get into a guy who works in an energy company. But if you like what I'm doing out here, talking to regular folks and some not so regular folks, then you know what you do. Support me. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you can, please go to my shop and get one of my designs, or go to my website and hit the Patreon button, become a patron or PayPal, and make some regular contributions. I sure could use it. I'm going to be short of merchandise to sell out there. Orders get screwed up, obviously, naturally, of course. So I'm not going to have the merchandise I was hoping I have to sell out there for this crowd. So I'm going to wind up working very hard and really not getting the financial backing I need to keep this thing going. So if you can help me out, make up for that shortfall, it'd be really great. So I want to thank you all for coming by, and if you can't do anything else for me, pray for me out there, will you? That I could use. I could always use your prayers regardless of what you're doing. So thank you very much. It is a spiritual battle. We're fighting in the material plane. Kids, please give me the materials I need to fight it, because I'm going to stay out there as long as I can walk and breathe. God bless you. Let's get to this one. So is it like a private, or is it...
you mean the...
organization?
Community center.
Community center?
Yeah.
Terrific, man. That's great. That's great.
These are hilarious.
Thank you. Yeah, I have a lot of fun with them.
Do you make these?
Oh, I'd be a real moron to stay out here and catch abuse for someone else's work.
Oh.
Yeah, this is my work.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You can get a lot of them on apparel too and wear them around.
Really?
Triggers people off. But you can go to my shop. It's on the back of this get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton. And I got it. Yeah, sure. I got a YouTube channel. Really? And you want one, young lady? There you go. And you can see some of the encounters I've had here, conversations.
Really? Does it get bad?
Most of it's real positive.
Really?
Yeah, most of the feedback I get is positive, but from time to time you get along someone doesn't have a sense of humor. They take this stuff way too seriously, and it can get contentious. But
yeah.
I don't mind that. That's okay. Because basically they're pretty stupid and they're easily dispatched.
That's so good. Yeah. I'm so good. Ah, this is so good. Yeah. This one. Oh, these are really good. Yeah. Oh man, that is great. It's great.
Oh
great,
well, I'm glad to see you with the youth, man. I'm glad to see someone with your sensibilities out there. You know, lead the youth. We need it. We need it.
I'll definitely look you up online. Thank you so much,
man.
Over Democrat. It was really super close. It was like 100 votes different.
I'm almost
Because Scott Walker was our Republican. I liked what he was doing.
I'm almost 100% convinced we got election fraud everywhere.
Well, that could be, yes. I mean, I'm not crazy about some of the things that Trump says.
Yeah.
If he would just keep his mouth shut, I think he would be all right. But the Democrats don't need to be undermining him because it doesn't help anything.
No.
I don't know. It just pissed me off. Now we're going to have a gas tax. It's all going to...
Oh, just wait till the Green New Deal kicks in. Then you won't have a job at all.
Probably.
They won't have tractors. Everybody will be plowing again with horses.
No, I don't think that'll happen. I don't think that's going to happen. I just feel bad for the small farmer that nobody's helping.
Well, the small farmer's getting kicked in the teeth for decades now.
I know, and where I'm at, it was all small farmers. The big farmers are coming in.
Yeah.
The only thing that they got to think about is the big farmers are going to start. You think about it, okay? They have a huge dairy, okay? Mm-hmm. They go, well, we're not getting much for our milk. Well, we're just going to cut production. That's going to start controlling the market. You know, I don't know. I mean, the only reason I voted for Donald because I knew he would be different.
Yeah, he's a businessman. He knows. At least he knows business. He knows how to do business.
I don't like Hillary's idea of raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour. That's not what you need.
No.
And we already have now. McDonald's has freaking automated things, and Walmart. Well, where are the kids supposed to work? Where are they supposed to get a job and be able to work?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, people don't go to McDonald's to have a career. If they do, they become a manager. I mean, you're not supposed to make all your money at McDonald's. I don't understand. They're so out of touch, so far out of touch.
Well, that's why they're losing. I mean, you know, they're basically falling apart. If, as I said, it wasn't for election fraud, they wouldn't win a damn thing.
Well, all I know is it's a mess, and all we're going to do is suffer. Because I don't have, not like I have any real pull. I mean, I have one vote, which does a little, but it's not.
Hey, man.
I don't understand how.
Do more than votes. Also, rights, call, speak up, do everything. If you go to the city council meetings, I mean, that's really where what it takes. I mean, the vote, that's one thing, but really, you got to stay involved in this because it's always a small group of dedicated people change the course of history, and that's where a lot of the left does. They do organize, and a small group of vocals wind up making a lot of.
I was an actual Republican. I never really thought I was that way, but after all these years of, I don't know if Trump is necessarily the greatest president, but he at least doesn't take any shit from other countries.
Amen to that.
I'm happy about that.
Oh yeah.
So, well, anyway, thanks.
Pleasure talking to you, sir.
Take a picture with him. Me and you. Let's make America great again. Get your butt up here. No, you come on. No, you come on. Because of that blast. You made this too?
Oh yeah, this is all my work.
Turn around to me, brother.
This is all my work.
Turn around to me, brother. There you go. All right, I took a picture of you, Nadia, beautiful poster. That is a beautiful poster.
You think so?
I know so.
All right. I never know what kind of reaction I'm going to get. It's kind of cool.
The thing I don't understand is, you know, for more than 2 years, the first 2 years we had all Republican Congress and a Republican president. Why didn't they ever lock her up? They were in control of everything.
Because I don't think it's just a matter of Republican and Democrat. I think it's the deep state against the, the honest people.
You mean they didn't want it? The deep state wouldn't let them do it?
Oh yeah, the deep state is incredible. I mean, I don't call it the deep state for nothing. It's deep. I mean, it crosses both parties. It's involved in all of it. I mean, look what
How could they stop it? I mean, if you get if they have evidence, you have a prosecutor.
Well, who was head of the FBI? Who was head of the?
All Republicans.
Yeah, again, doesn't make it. The party thing doesn't make any difference. The people that are typically the heads of the agencies are the corrupt ones. I mean, I've spoken to many FBI agents out here, and they can't stand the people that are in charge of the agencies because they stop them from actually doing their jobs. So it's the ones that get appointed to the heads that are always the corrupt ones. So they can't do what needs to be done.
Well, lately, Trump has done all the appointments.
Well, indeed, and I'm not very happy about the snail pace of accountability. I keep on hearing, "Oh, we got to get there. We're going to get him. We're going to get him," and still all I hear is talk. And I'm not happy with that. I'm not, I'm going, okay. I mean, one of the things he said when he was running for office that piqued my interest is he said, "If you elect me president, you will find out who really brought down the Twin Towers." I went, okay.
Hello.
Yeah, but there is a case going through the New York courts right now that a judge has given the go-ahead for, where a bunch of lawyers have brought the case up about Tower Number 7, showing the evidence of why that was brought down. So that case is moving through the New York courts as we speak. But you got to realize when it gets to a point where you can get away with a crime like 9/11 through 18 years, 17 years, that you've got a lot of problems. You can't just sweep all of this away within a year or two. It's going to take a long time to get rid of what we got.
Yeah, but it just seems like more just take their
I know. I'm frustrated.
So I don't think there's any hope.
Well, you're looking at my frustration here. I mean, I do this out of my frustration a lot. I mean, sitting in front of a computer and just, typing about it, it wasn't enough for me. I had to take my artwork to the street and show the frustration I have to it. Hopefully, influence, because I do run into people from time to time, people of influence out here, and I do vent my frustration. It's like I said last week, a guy from the Supreme Court of Louisiana. We talked about many things. One of them was what we just talked about. So, I never know who I'm going to speak to. I met one of the originators of architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth out here. We discussed the same thing. Why can't they get any motion? Why isn't there any, with the evidence there? We know it. Here it is. So, yeah, it's great. Hope? I don't have any hope either. I have faith, but I don't know so much of it's.
Faith in what?
Yeah, but until I see it, I'm still just frustrated. Yeah. When I see it, I'll celebrate. I'll go, yahoo! I mean,
don't hold your breath.
No, but the small victories I take, I'll take them. But I've asked many people. There was a couple of veteran agents from the Inspector General's office out here one day. It was right after he got elected. And I said, so are we going to see that? We're going to see her in handcuffs? And they immediately answered, said, no. He says, all we ever do now is embarrass them. They'll not go there. And they look, with all the talk of all the, yeah, it's coming, yeah, we got the sale to die. What happened last week? They let Jesse Smollett go.
That's so weird.
So, that's justice. That's the justice we were looking for. You let him go. So I'm not happy. No. If I had, believe me, if I had my druthers, 98% of the people in Washington be hanging from lampposts right now. So, no, I'm not happy at all. No. But what else are you going to do but keep on fighting? I mean, what do? Give up? So I keep swinging. I mean, I'm just going to keep on swinging. Hey there. How you doing?
I'm going to send that to chat. Send it to me.
My God. Oh, they're going to love that. Oh, my God.
The emergence of new moral law. What
Yes.
the new moral law is, and that's Greenpeace, right? Gay rights. What else? What other thing? And women's rights.
Peace and love, no guns.
There is no. That's the new moral law.
Yeah, there's a that. As a matter of fact, I just read a book that emphasizes this whole movement, the social justice warrior movement, and how these moral codes are actually usurping law and becoming law, and how blurry it is, because there's no. I mean, who defines what's hate speech?
They will define it for you.
Oh, well, that's it. Yeah, I mean, they try to do that, but if you were to pin them down to that, they still couldn't give you. I mean, I ask them all the time. I've had people come up here and say, "Oh, you promote hate speech," And I go, "Okay, define that. What's hate speech?"
Yeah.
And of course, they can't give me a definitive. They stumble around with looking for this. I go, well, what's this? I mean, define that. Some people come up and enjoy this, And the Constitution, of course, the First Amendment, specifically protects speech that you don't like.
Any kind of speech.
Right. So as long as the speech isn't threatening to you physically, then, it's okay. I mean, or slanderous, where there are laws against that.
Yeah.
So, libel, slander, or physical threats, everything else is,
Except for liberal media. I mean, there is no law against liberal media, but we see it with all the slanderous.
Well, indeed, and there's, of course, talk about, well, what do we do about that? Because there has been some talk about bringing back the libel laws to the media. And now, of course, we do have that lawyer suing for the Covington high school boys.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Which he most likely will win, because I mean they were on air.
Yeah,
I mean, just tell them blatant lies when all you had to do was look at the full tape and see the truth, and that was there for everybody to see.
Absolutely.
And from what I understand, that lawyer is very tenacious. He's very good, and so he's got a good track record of winning these kind of lawsuits.
Nice.
So I would love it. I mean, the Washington Post is being sued for, $250 million, and CNN is being sued.
We'll have a party if they win.
Oh, amen to that. Well, we've been having victories. I mean, look, there's no collusion. Right? ISIS was, bombed out there, done. So, I mean, we've been having victories, but of course the frustration now is, like we've been saying, where are the indictments? Let's see some of these people go to jail.
But we were discussing how they started something that they will be victims of.
Yes.
Because now they brought, like with Kavanaugh, they brought up, okay, you bring all the high school and all the history in.
Yes.
Then they will be victims of their own wave of this scrutiny and transparency because
people always wind up sharpening the swords that are going to just dissect them. I mean, it is. We always fall on our mistakes. It's us that we destroy ourselves. Just like we gain from our achievements, the things that we do, we also get destroyed by trying to destroy.
Yeah.
It's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
And that's the way it goes. But sometimes it seems to take a little bit more time than I would like. You know, I'd like to see it happen a little bit sooner. You know.
Well, thank you.
Oh, well, thank you, and I'm glad you're out there teaching our children. You know, so.
It's very, even I teach at a Christian school. But it's a very liberal, no matter where you go, academia for the most part is a very liberal place.
Yes.
So people they had to whisper who they vote for because it was so incongruent to be a person of academia and vote for Trump because that seemed...
I hear it over and over again. Obviously, I've been speaking to a lot of educators because of spring break and all over the place. And I hear it over and over again that if you're the doctrine comes down, don't be political in the classroom, but of course the liberal teachers can go ahead and just do whatever they want. But the conservative ones have to, keep it quiet. But I still see the students, at least a lot of the students I talk to, are seeing right through it. They don't, they see that, what's happening. The kids aren't blind, I mean, some of them, but some of them are brighter than others. So, But the ones that have any inkling of intelligence at all, I mean, I just put up a good video right now, as a matter of fact, just recently. You go to the back of this get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton. I think the name of the video is the Student's Pass, or it's in something of that nature. But it's a recent one, and and you'll see just a bunch of students that one right after another, smart, see right through it, know what's going on.
Yeah, get out of jail and vote for me.
Yeah. All right. Pleasure talking to you. When was the last time you were in New Zealand?
About a week ago. Yeah.
A bit's been going on in New Zealand recently.
Just a little bit. Yeah. One crazy thing.
What's your take on what happened there?
On what happened?
Yeah.
One crazy lunatic came in and shot up our Muslims. And we didn't like him for that. And so then the government decided to, ban semi-automatics, and everybody just went,
Are you okay with that?
I don't think anybody really cares. I mean, am I okay with it? Am I okay with it? I guess so, because it doesn't really affect me. It doesn't actually affect many people in New Zealand, to be perfectly honest.
Didn't you already have strict gun laws?
Yeah, we had strict gun laws. Yeah.
Then how did he get those weapons?
Sorry? I don't think what they've done is going to change the fact of someone else doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
No.
Except that with you without having weapons, won't be able to defend yourself.
Yeah, we don't really need to defend ourselves so much, though.
Unless someone of a lunatic comes along with guns and starts shooting a bunch of people up.
Well, yeah, but it's a one-off.
Now, there's questions. There's several things that are. See, every time something like this happens, I question it because in the past they pulled off false flags. You know what a false flag is? Yeah. So every time something like this happens and it's publicized a lot, for one, they're not allowing people to show the films, the film he made.
Yeah.
which seems strange to me.
Yeah.
2, the films that we have seen, the ones that we can see, something strange about them. In one of them, the guy shooting the gun, the ejections, cartridges are ejecting, and they're disappearing. They're not hitting the ground.
Yeah.
You don't see them on the ground. They just disappear in midair. And then, when he walks into the church, for the first time, there's a magazine on the floor. He walks past it, shooting, and then walks back and picks up the magazine and puts it in the gun. Where did that magazine come from?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, but what's your point?
Well, that's my question. It's like, where's all these things? It doesn't. One, why can't we see the films? Why, with the films we're seeing, are we seeing these anomalies, these questions we can't answer?
Yeah.
What? And then, when you see the bodies, right, on the ground, there's no blood. There's no blood. You just see bodies piled in. There's no blood. There's no bullet holes in the walls.
Right. So where are you going with this? That it
I'm saying
didn't happen, or it was?
Well, I'm saying with maybe not. Why can't we ask questions about it?
Oh, we can ask questions. But
No.
There are people that died, and
how do we know that? Because they told it to us.
I think that would be a pretty big hoax, to pull that.
Well, they pulled it off. They pulled them off before. I mean, look at 9/11. They pulled that off.
No, I'm not with you on that, but there you go.
Are you not?
No.
But here, I'm going to give you something that'll prove you wrong. There's over 3,000 architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth.
Mm-hmm.
These are some of the best architects in the world.
Uh-huh.
They've signed their names to a petition saying that the buildings at 9/11 came down by controlled demolition.
Yeah, well, I'm not down with that.
Well, check it out.
Honestly, I've read some of this stuff, and I just don't believe it's a conspiracy.
Okay. I just don't trust the government that much.
Oh, I don't trust them either, but I just don't think they're that clever to pull that off.
Well, that's one of the,
I just don't know how they could have pulled that one off. They can't. They can't pull
kind of count on that too. So you're all in favor of the Green New Deal then, huh?
AOC's about retarded.
You know what? It cracked me up. I got up this morning, look at Breitbart, and front article is Cortez in an interview, with a forum, whatever, in front of an audience, talking about the reaction to the Green New Deal from the Republicans, and she goes, "I never thought they'd be so, stupid, so crazy about it." Here's a woman that just lost the vote, 57-0.
Yeah.
And she's out doing a victory tour. I mean, I don't understand these people.
I don't either. They are.
They seem to champion the most fringe.
Well, it's like Michael Savage said, liberalism is a mental disorder.
Oh yeah, sure.
It is.
Oh, well, I know that. I'm in the profession. I mean,
but what's really scary though is they're indoctrinating our kids in these universities, man. It's an epidemic.
But not all the kids are.
They're not buying into it.
No, not all.
I mean,
not. No. You can go to my YouTube channel on the back of this "Get Out of Jail Free" card from Hillary Clinton.
When are we going to lock her up?
And I just posted because it's spring break.
Yeah.
And I just posted a video of because I'm speaking to a lot of students over the past couple of weeks. And I just posted a video of a bunch of students I talked to that are just not buying the BS.
Ooh.
They're not
good.
doing it.
Good.
So,
I love that.
Yeah.
Inmate 666.
Yeah.
She's evil, man.
Oh God, yes.
Well, okay, now we're making progress here. You think it's going to happen anytime soon? You think they ever get to it?
Let me put it this way: it better happen soon.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm tired of this bullshit of, you know, oh, yeah, we got the investigation. Oh, yeah, it's coming. Oh, yeah, well, yeah. And in the meantime, they let Smollett go. That's our justice?
Yeah, really. Yeah.
So I'm tired of hearing this, you know, it's coming. Barr, what has Barr done? What has Barr done? Been in there 2 months. What have you done?
Well, I'm going to be a little more optimistic than you. I'm going to give him a little more time. But I like, you listen to Dan Bongino?
Oh, yeah.
I like Bongino.
Yeah, Bongino and Michael Savage and InfoWars.
What's this shit about Jeanine Pirro, man? They better bring her back on Fox.
Well, indeed. That's something else. I mean, they just take her off and you don't see any protests. You don't see... I mean, everything I hear, you know, it's sort of like, oh, we're moving forward, but it's sort of like 1 step forward and 2 steps back we're taking. I'm getting tired of this.
Yeah.
You know, oh, yeah, well, we're going to build a wall. We got a record number of people coming across.
Yeah. Take care now.
Yeah, brother.
Keep up the good work.
I shall. Well, once again, I want to thank you for coming by. And, of course, once again, I want to remind you that if you do like my efforts, please support my efforts. Go to my website, www.badassunclesam.com. Hit that shop button, hit the Patreon button, contribute to my PayPal account at badassunclesam76@gmail.com, and help me to stay out there in this fight. God bless you. See you on the streets.